And now turning to South America, where friction between the United States and Venezuela is reaching new heights. On Thursday, the Pentagon said 2 armed Venezuelan F-16 fighter jets flew close to a U.S. Navy guided missile destroyer in the southern Caribbean Sea. The Pentagon described the move as highly provocative and an attempt to disrupt Washington's ongoing counter-narcotics and counter-terrorism operations in the region. According to a U.S. defense official, the warship did not engage as the jets buzzed overhead. However, the Defense Department warned Caracas against any further escalation, declaring on X, the cartel running Venezuela is strongly advised to not pursue any further effort to obstruct, deter, or interfere. Now, the incident comes just 2 days after U.S. forces carried out a deadly strike on a speedboat in the Caribbean that Washington claimed was tied to Venezuela's Tren de Aragua gang.
Venezuela's been a very bad actor. They've been, as you know, they've been sending millions of people into our country, many of them Tren de Aragua, some of the worst gangs, some of the worst people anywhere in the world in terms of gangs. And we had some in Washington, D.C. We took care of them very quickly, but they're out of here. They've gone. But Venezuela's been very bad, both in terms of drugs and sending some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world into our country.
Caracas denounced the strike as an extrajudicial killing, accusing the United States of murdering civilians without due process.
Today, the imperialism is launching a new attack. It is not the first, nor will it be the last. It is just another attack, and Venezuela stands firm. And I say to you, Venezuela will continue standing with serenity, firmly and strong faith in victory and in peace.
Now, U.S. national security officials declare that military operations against cartels would continue even as questions about the deadly strike on a vessel from Venezuela remains unanswered.
And it'll happen again. Maybe it's happening right now, I don't know. But the point is, the President of the United States is going to wage war on narco-terrorist organizations. This one was operating in international waters, headed towards the United States to flood our country with poison.
In remarks during a trip to Latin America, Secretary Rubio defended the new approach. Speaking in Quito alongside Ecuador's foreign minister, he declared, quote, "Now they're going to help us find these people and blow them up if that's what it takes."
We are allocating $13.5 million from the Department of State to combat drugs and crime, to support those efforts. On top of that, we are also working now to provide $6 million for drones. Now we can provide information without any limitation on how the government of Ecuador wants to use it. If it's with a terrorist group, they are terrorists, and we can help them confront those terrorist groups.
Now, the U.S. has deployed several warships and surveillance planes to the region in recent weeks. And reports say President Trump signed a classified directive last month instructing the military to use force against certain Latin American drug cartels designated as terrorist organizations. Meanwhile, Venezuelan state media avoided covering the aerial encounter. Instead, broadcasts focused on President Nicolas Maduro's announcement of the first nationwide activation of the national militia. President Maduro said new volunteers have recently joined, and units now span the entire country from north to south, from east to west, down to the last community.
We are not idiots. We never have been, and we never will be. We are facing extremist forces from the north, Nazi extremists, and humanity must know this. Venezuela is on the front line of the fight for humanity, for the right to peace.
President Maduro has repeatedly warned that Washington's military buildup in the Caribbean is part of a broader effort to force regime change. He vowed that if Venezuela is attacked, the country would mobilize all forces and become a republic in arms. The Venezuelan leader claims the military counts around 300 to 400,000 active members, backed by more than 8 million reservists. So as tensions continue to intensify, the U.S. continues to accuse the Venezuelan leader of ties to international drug trafficking cartels. Last month, Washington even doubled its reward to $50 million for information leading to Maduro's arrest. For now, the skies above the Caribbean remain tense, with warships below and fighter jets overhead.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube: English, stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
$4 trilhão mo.
Portuguese,
Por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.